And I did an internship with the Dutch government, like classifying deepfakes. I was in the like digital traces audio and video team. But this is just like an off-topic related to something we'll go in the end, like about probabilities of interpreting some evidence. Okay, so the title is inspired by this talk that I saw in 2023, I think. It's like an investment conference, and this like Army commander dude had the title like UAP Disclosure, the real Black Swan Event. And some of the content is also like ripped from his video, basically. Okay, so what is the UAP Disclosure Act? It's so in the US they have this thing called the National Defense Authorization Act. It's like a Pentagon spending bill. That's like how they manage, how much we give to what black programs, like what white programs, anyway. And they introduced this thing called the UAP Disclosure Act as part of the bill. And this passed in 2023. It was signed by Biden. And some background to it, basically like some timeline stuff. Again, this is from this guy's video. I think that's the source for it. So there were some videos that were published by the Department of Defense. Then there was a New York Times article in 2017 about these videos and like how they came into public. Then in 2023, some high-ranking officials like David Rush, Commander David Fravor, and Brian Graves, they had sworn testimony about this topic. And then in 2023, the Senate passed this UAP Disclosure Act, and then it was signed into law by Biden in November 2023. Just as a context, the law was introduced by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and co-sponsored by these people. And that's a high-ranking position in the U.S. legislative branch. So, executive summary of the UAP Disclosure Act, what it's about, basically they wanted to like centralize records related to UAPs from all institutions, get them to like a central institution, and then establish this URRB, basically a review board made by US civilians, which are appointed by the president, and under the presumption of disclosure, they would have, like, basically all documents would be presumed to be disclosed, and then this team would have to come up with documents on why to keep them secret, like matters of security or whatever. And these two things highlighted with orange, they didn't pass in 2023, so that was the first thing, so the institution of people to like review documents. And what also didn't pass is eminent domain. Basically, if the government would, or the UAP or whatever, if the government would believe that you have NHI or UAP, they could come and take it with kind of no appeal. And like in the context, it's basically because they think that like if you read through the law and whatever, basically they're saying that these corporations, they have some kind of technology and we cannot take them because we don't have any legislative means to do so. So that's why they wanted to make this eminent domain. So just the context on that review board, basically just some military, political, economists, sociologists. This is modeled after the JFK Assassination Act. Basically some people appointed by the president, they will go through the documents and say, do we have any reason to keep this secret? Or if not, we open it up to the public. So, this law didn't, like the two provisions that I mentioned, they didn't pass in 2023, but now they were reintroduced for the 2024-2025 thing. And basically, they want to pass this review board and they want to pass this eminent domain. Okay, what are the definitions of UAP and NHI according to this law that was signed and is taking place now? So, okay, UAP, they basically say any object operating or judged capable of operating in outer space, the atmosphere, ocean surfaces, that lacks prosaic attribution, so it's not kind of like a common finger plane. Not lacking prosaic attribution due to performance characteristics and properties not previously known to be achievable based upon commonly accepted physical principles. UAP are differentiated from both attributed and temporarily non-attributed objects. So you see an object, you think it's a plane, but you don't really know whatever. By one or more of the following observables. And this is kind of the interesting part. So instant acceleration absent apparent inertia, hypersonic velocity absent the thermal signature and sonic shock wave, trans-medium travel, positive lift contrary to known aerodynamic principles, multispectral signature control, and physical or invasive biological effects to close observers on the environment. And they also say that UAP also refers to the common things like flying discs, flying saucers, UFOs and USOs and unidentified aerial phenomena. So then like the NHI part, just the one on top, so non-human intelligence, any sentient non-human life form, regardless of nature or ultimate origin, that may be presumed responsible for UAP or of which the federal government has become aware. And I think the or part is quite interesting. Again, this is all from the talk of that Cardinal guy. Whatever. Anyway. So, what testimonies have been given in the committee? Because so in the timeline that I said in the beginning, you had that under oath testimony, which was in the House Oversight Committee. So there's these three individuals: Brian Graves, David Grush, and David Fravor. I highlighted some of the bits, but if you follow the QR code, you can see like the full statement and stuff. So Grush, I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program to which I was denied access to those additional readouts. So basically this guy, he had like special access to a lot of programs, and then he was like, I want information about these, and then he got rejected, and then some stuff happened to him, and then he started doing whistleblower complaints. And then these went to multiple inspectorate generals, and these guys interviewed other witnesses, and they came into public and said that, yeah, these are urgent and credible reports. Graves, he's was a pilot, captain, so yeah, there's credible reports from both military and commercial aircrew, and there's some near misses, and the stigma should not, kind of undermine the seriousness of this topic. And if this is like a foreign thing, China, Russia, whatever, we have a problem. If not, somebody's got to do some scientific work on this. Either way, pilots are reporting this, and they have near collisions or whatever. This is his statement, and again, you can follow the full thing. I just like extracted some nice things. And then Fravor, in closing, I would like to say that the tic-tac object that we engaged in November 2004 was far superior to anything that we had at the time, have today, or have looking to develop in the next 10 years. I, in fact, have programs that possess, if in fact we have programs that possess this technology, it needs to have oversight from those people, that the citizens of the country, whatever, elected. Okay, and now some like UAP videos, like the ones that I said in the beginning, like with the timeline, the New York Times article with those things, and the flare gimbal videos. If you go to the QR code, you can see the website itself, basically. But now there's gonna be like a 40-second thing. You're not gonna see much. It's not gonna be like so wow. But still, these are like literally on the military website. So yeah, you can check if they're for real or not, and then like do some whatever other queries online to see more information about them published by the DoD or whatever. So wait. In just a second, because I gotta, move the screen. I played it twice as well, just a little bit. Okay. So, this is, I think, gimbal. So it's a 40-second video. Basically, I think this one, so it got released in 2017, like in those articles, and the DoD confirmed that, this indeed is a video of ours. Just a second, Again, not super interesting, but we discussed a bit after.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west. Oh, they do. That's not honest, though, is it? It's not. I do have honest. Well, if there's a thing, it's rotated.
Yeah, so basically kind of the weird thing in the video, besides like having the chain of evidence associated with it, is that you see, assuming that you know it's real and so on, you kind of see this object like flying, you have this, this plane kind of chasing it, and then you see the object kind of like spinning, which is, quite unnatural. And the other, this one is, I don't know, 40 seconds as well.
Just go pick one technology. Just go pick one
Shit, I'm playing two of them. My apologies. Oops. It was like sound over from the other one. Sorry for making this.
Just go pick one technology. They're shooting Can you box moving target? No, I took it on the card. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at this fly.
Okay, so that's kind of, and then we'll have the final one. So these were published by the Department of Defense, and now we're gonna also look one published by the Customs and Border Patrol. I'm gonna like skip through it because this is a long one. But wait, let me see where's my mouse. Okay, cool. So basically, this is in Puerto Rico. Like if you follow that QR code, you can see, and it's like video 9 basically. And like yeah, they kind of see that thing. They finally kind of get well, not lock in because they're doing it manual, and they continue like looking for it, and they start zooming in, and this object kind of goes in the water somehow. You also, because I mean you don't see it anymore. That's why you regard it as going in the water. And like in the next, I think 10-20 seconds, you're kind of gonna see that it seemingly splits in two or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, let's wait like a bit. Yeah, you know, like basically that bit, because like you had one object and now like seemingly you have two objects. Anyway, so this was kind of the high part in terms of videos. So yeah, and the sources again, this is like video 9, and you have to like search individually for each of those, and you can also like check what the statement of the DoD was related to this. Okay, yeah, and now like some red pill, blue pill stuff. So do you wanna like do UAP data collection by governments alone and like kind of trust them? Do you wanna like have it done by I don't know, private institutions, academic stuff, open source stuff? So these folks from the Soul Foundation, they're a bunch of academics from throughout the world, mainly US, but also Europe. They're anthropology, religion, physics, astronomy, chemistry, pathology, whatever. And this is Gary Nolan. He's like the executive director. He's a professor at, in the Department of Pathology. They have like some the Soul Foundation. If you like go on YouTube, you can see like the 20 videos that they had at this conference in November 2023. And I think it's quite interesting because yeah, you have multiple individuals from different academic backgrounds that are yeah tenured and have secured funding, and they show their own research onto the topic. Yeah, so the Soul Foundation, because basically, yeah, what is the Soul Foundation, who is part of it, and what work have they produced? So yeah, what is the Soul Foundation? Basically this policy think tank conference series that aims to be like the best in the world at yeah, making policy recommendations related to this topic, both in the US and in the European Union, and in other countries, but yeah, mainly that's the stuff. And this is a very good professor, really good stuff anyway. And to follow the answer to the second question, like who is part of it, if you follow the QR code, it goes to the about, and you can see the rest of the members. But again, astronomy, physics, anthropology, religion, stuff like that. So yeah, they make policy papers, like policy recommendations. You can read through their papers and stuff if you feel like it. And yeah, another research question that I put in the thing, in the context of the upcoming EU space law, because yeah, we're going to have a EU space law, just as we have GDPR, the EU, we're going to have space law. So that's going to be proposed by the European Commission, and then like you go to the Parliament and whatever. And there's this individual, a member of the European Parliament from Portugal, Francisco Guerreiro, and he, now I'm actually going to show another video, just a sec. It's a TikTok video though, that's kind of cringe. But yeah, I can find the, wait, what's my mouse again? Shit, okay. It's a 1 minute bit, wait, so. I hope it will work. shit. Wait, maybe.
Its upcoming proposal for an EU space law. This important initiative invites common rules to address safety, resilience, and sustainability of space activities and operations. However, in the security pillar, there's a gap that needs to be filled. Currently, the EU doesn't have a harmonized and scientific system to report unidentified anomalous phenomena. This topic that needs to be a serious issue needs to be addressed and is being dealt with the utmost importance in other countries. For example, in the United States, the data collection and analysis of UAP activities in space, civil and military locations is considered as a national security priority. This security concern also led to the creation of a space research program inside NASA. Therefore, it is fundamental that the EU Commission includes in the European Space Law a program to collect data on UAPs, as well as a scientific body to analyze these events in a transparent and public way. Thank you very much.
So basically what he said in short is that, we have data collection methods across states, like in the Netherlands it goes in one way, in France it goes in one way, in Romania and so on. Maybe you want to centralize them and do research in an institution, just as you have European Medicines Agency or whatever, have the same for UFO, UAP reporting actually. Anyway, so across EU states, centralization of information, Common Research Institute, and then more recently, after this, there was also an exchange of views in the European Parliament. It was led by this MEP, and there were some individuals, but his Vila Noel is an astronomer, and she's also part of the Sol Foundation. Brian Briggs, one of the individuals that testified in the US, and a Dutch pilot, Christian van Heist, and the UAP Coalition Netherlands, and I think one more institution. Anyway, didn't the QR code to that. But and this is the final one. What are the purposes of the parliamentary group? This is in Japan. What are the purposes of this group chaired by this member of parliament? He was formerly a defense minister. Now he's an MP. And basically, he initiated this caucus for the elucidation of UAP phenomena from the perspective of security. And this is a recording of a session from that caucus. But basically, in short, they kind of have the same goal as data research bodies, collect information, figure out what's up with it, make policy recommendations, or see if private corporations are doing memes on this. So that's pretty much it. I put this is a nice link. It's called disclosure diaries. If you want to go into the topic, this is kind of a brief timeline of the events, kind of as the first timeline that I showed in the beginning. It kind of goes year by year, there was this New York Times articles, there was this stuff, it has references, and it goes till 2024, policy stuff and whatever. Anyway. So this is it. This is what I wanted to talk about, and what I missed, and this is why I was saying that I wasn't done with the presentation. So in forensic science, you have this thing called the likelihood ratio, and in the Netherlands, it's kind of the only thing that the forensic scientist is tasked with. And basically, you compare a ratio between two probabilities. Let's find the next one. What's the probability of encountering the evidence given one hypothesis, and that's on top? What's the probability of encountering the evidence given another hypothesis? And to give an example, with glass analysis, let's say you break into a house, you get glass shards on your shirt, you for some reason get arrested, they collect your shirt, and then they compare this glass with the glass of the crime scene, and they establish how similar this glass is. And what's the probability of encountering this glass, given the hypothesis that the glass got onto you because you broke into the house and broke that window? And the other hypothesis, the other ratio, it's what's the probability of encountering this glass on you if mayhaps, let's say, you broke into a window in your home and that's how you got the glass on you. And again, you would take the pieces of glass from your home and from the shirt, you would compare them and see what's more similar. So the forensics, for stopping with the image memes. But yeah, so this is what I was talking about. What's the probability of encountering this glass evidence, given the hypothesis that you broke into the house and that's how you got it? And what's the I'm not being specific enough, but whatever. And what's the probability of the evidence of seeing this glass on your shirt, given that you got this glass from like breaking, I don't know, a drinking thingy, or maybe you work in a glass factory, or you have like a better defense hypothesis. Anyway, so like to recontextualize, in the Netherlands, the forensic scientist is tasked just with this, calculating a ratio between those two probabilities. And like to contextualize in the UAP stuff, like my question to myself and to other people would be, yeah, what's the probability of encountering this legislation and these videos and whatever, given the hypothesis that these people, I don't know, maybe are lying or are disingenuous, or they want to like say that, oh yeah, we have technological superiority over other states. I don't know, come up with the best hypothesis of why this stuff would generally be fake. And what's the probability of encountering the same evidence, so the videos, the legislation across multiple states, given that the people are genuine and like this phenomena is real and so. And yeah, basically the forensic scientists either with objective probability attribution or subjective, they make this ratio, put it in a report and present it to the judge. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for attending. I don't know, to me it's a weird, interesting topic, so yeah, that's it. Thanks. Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, so there's the, I think it's the dancing plague of 1518. Have you thought about that as, you know, one of the things to...
The dancing plague of the...
I think it's called that, yeah. Let me double check. As a alternative...
Explanation
Yeah.
for why people pass legislation?
Yeah, the dancing plague of 1518, it was stress-induced mass hysteria. So like hallucinating on a collective scale is a thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then one other point is that what was it? Acceleration. This was like a perpetual motion machine thing in the law. That was just I don't even understand mathematics.
Oh yeah, sure,
Infinity
exactly.
or zero, either way, infinitesimal. Either way.
Yeah, the hypersonic velocity.
Instantaneous. Instantaneous. I mean that's in infinity.
Yeah, exactly. They basically say that UAP refers to stuff that has these observables. So if you see,
I don't think one just seems absolutely not even a.
absolutely,
What is
but
it?
basically this is their way, like you make the law so that you say that if we observe this stuff on like videos, like if people have this testimony, then we can like qualify this stuff as UAP. Like they're basically saying that UAP is identifiable by one or more of these following observables.
One or more. Okay.
Yes,
well, I don't think number one will ever be observed.
Say again?
I don't think number one will ever be observed, but it's
Sure.
one or more other things.
Sure, but I'm now like I'm kind of debating. But have you collected?
Actually, it was observed. It was even in front of Congress where they saw like a tic tac, which was like instantly going from there and then changing like that. So
Isn't that just like change? That's more velocity change. How's it?
it's like
Acceleration.
just going like that. This is what they consider instantaneous. Normally, when you try to move mass,
Yeah.
physics says that like you need to put in a lot of energy. So the energy required to change an object, the direction, 180 degrees, would be necessary to have like a whole power plant. So and this is not possible to have within a flying object. So that's what they consider instantaneous change of direction.
Okay. Acceleration there. I mean, we can
No,
talk a
like-
little more about it. Like jerk. How does that affect the jerk? I mean, I'm just don't really.
No, like just to there's another video, but could like for some reason it was corrupted when I downloaded it from the government website. But you can find it on YouTube. It's called Go Fast. You have Flare, Go Fast. Yeah, it's called Go Fast. If you like go on YouTube, Go Fast video like DOD, you'll find this one with the instant acceleration. Basically, that kind of like it's not really instant, but whatever. There's like this tic tac looking object, and it goes like this, and then it kind of just like zooms, and it's kind of. That is instant acceleration or whatever. But just to say a thing, so this is not about like my opinion on the things. This is just about a law that is in the United States and whatever. Sorry, you wanted to.
But don't you think that the whole reason for those laws is just for the control of the super sentient AI, basically like the or part that you know that basically allows government to intervene with the private corporations who like develop the state-of-the-art AI.
No, that definitely could be, because I mean, like any sentient intelligence or non-human life form, and I mean, you could arguably say that that's what AI is, or whoever interprets the law may say that. Yeah, regardless of origin or whatever, that may be presumed responsible for UAP, so this would be the alien component or whatever, time-traveling humans or whatever, or of which the federal government has become aware. So basically based on this, and this was passed, and this is part of the law, just the eminent domain part of like them actually taking your property or whatever, that hasn't been passed but reintroduced and may likely pass. But yeah, basically in this interpretation, if the government, if the federal government would consider that, yeah, we're aware that you have these computers that have good AI and this is NHI, it's ours now. Because I mean, if the eminent domain, I'm not a lawyer, okay, like to back this up. But like, yeah, based on like my very tiny interpretation of the law, that's how it would go basically. But like, yeah, IDK. Good question though, and yeah, I think the part of which the federal government has become aware, it's kind of interesting, kind of shady a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, if you have any other questions, questions 3, questions 2, question 1. Awesome. Thank you very much.